You know, yesterday I was talking about fisetin and how it gets rid of senescent cells. Of course, if you want to get rid of senescent cells, the way to get rid of them, the best way is to not have them. So, what's causing senescence? It turns out senescence happens by damage. Damage to the cells, damage to the interior workings of the cells, damage to the genetics to the point where they can't replicate. If they can't, they start pumping out all kinds of bad signals. And those signals basically cause inflammation that cause other cells to go senescent. So what do you do? Well, one of the ways to prevent senescence is to make sure your sirtuins work. You know, your sirtuins, 7 of them, operate in the cells to basically coordinate all activities inside your cell's metabolism. And if they ain't working, stuff don't get fixed. So, that's why we take resveratrol. It turns out, resveratrol has been taken for a number of years, and people say, oh my gosh, it doesn't work at all. Well, it could be because it requires a fat, because it's a fat-soluble compound. So if you take it with water, it's just going to denature it. It's going to basically neutralize it. And that's why people haven't been having a good effect with resveratrol. So here's the deal. Resveratrol sits on top of sirtuins. You see in this picture, it nests right on top of sirtuin. Resveratrol is in a lot of foods like strawberries and so forth, but never in a concentration enough to have a therapeutic effect. So, you want to have a therapeutic effect, you got to take a therapeutic dose, and that's about 500 milligrams. Or 9 pounds of strawberries, which, you know, is practical. So, I take it usually in the morning with a healthy fat, like a tablespoon of butter, and swallow it down and let it digest before you eat anything else. Oh gosh, look at that belly boarding wave. Anyway, so what that does is it gets into the body, and resveratrol works with certain pathways which are very interesting. One of which is it gets dissolved immediately in the stomach and goes into the bloodstream and starts being conjugated. Starts getting into cells and activating the sirtuins to make sure they work, and to produce the NAD to make them work. And conjugation with glucuronide. Glucuronization is a process where a compound is attached to something, be it a toxin, a hormone, a chemical, or something, and it's hopefully moved out of the body. But the problem is, a lot of your gut bacteria release a compound that cuts that bond. So if you cut the bond, it doesn't absorb back into the system. That's one of the reasons you don't get rid of a lot of your toxins. Because a lot of your toxins get cut up, get reabsorbed, it doesn't work. Also, the cool thing about resveratrol is that one dose works for about 3 days. It activates NAD synthesis for about 3 days, so you don't need it every day, and you don't want it every day, because fisetin is a noted cure for fibrocystic issues and overactive fibroblasts. But you need your fibroblasts to make your extracellular matrix. So you don't want to be taking fisetin too often. Once every 2 or 3 days, maybe even once a week, probably enough. To give your body a little kick to make sure it's able to get rid of some of these problems in the cells. The other thing you have to remember is the whole process of senescence is dependent on cells being damaged. So if you're taking resveratrol to activate your sirtuins, so your sirtuins fix the damage before the cell goes senescence, gee, that's a pretty good solution. So these two senolytics, the first two we're talking about today and yesterday, is about making sure you have less senescence. And then when you dry fast, you don't have so much problems to deal with. And during the year, you take these two compound, quercetin and resveratrol, and you get rid of a lot of the problems. And there you go. That's why we take resveratrol, and that's why it works in this protocol, because as I've said before, you can't fast all the time. It's not healthy. It's not good for you. It's good for a specific reason. It's a treatment. But if you don't have anything to treat, why do a treatment? That's why once a year is fine. You do a 5-day, 7-day dry fast. You clean up everything that's accumulated over that year that can possibly cause the problems of aging, which we've seen in the last video. And everything is good. You know, the idea of the Phoenix Protocol is to fix things. It's to become healthier and last longer and all the things you need to have an extended lifespan, an extended brain span. You know, don't want to forget who you are as you get old, so you want to get rid of the things that cause that. Most of it's from toxins in the cells. Anyway, that's it for today. I will talk to you tomorrow. We're going to talk about the other two things I came up with that really help your immune system make more immune cells, and things to help your mitochondria deal with the reaction-oxygen species that are normally created during the Krebs cycle and mitochondrial biogenesis and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, so that's it for today. I will talk to you later on, and have a good one.